Dgenz Crypto Daily. That's right. Dgenz Crypto Daily. Let's go.
Dgenz Crypto Daily, news in the code. Riding on the blockchain, heavy with the load. Lambo dreams are dying, rugs are in the air. Chart gave us a minute to the trading everywhere. Real Bitcoin's on the moon, and Ether's on fire. Holders in the storm, lifted higher and higher. With chart in the lead, watch the candles glow. Crypto's in the fast lane, never gonna hit them slow.
Dgenz Crypto Daily, fortunes you can see. Mining all those diamonds in digital harmony. Dgenz Crypto Daily, crypto, that's the key. Stay up on your game now. Trading is wild and free.
DeFi farms are lush, staking's all the buzz. NFTs are flipping, got those pixels flipping. Wallet stacking yield, hash rates on the rise. Dgenz Crypto Daily, vision in your eyes. Bulls are on the charge, bears are laying low. Crypto roller coaster, markets have been flown. Fellow to the left, Bitcoin on the right. Crypto's never sleeping, cause fortunes are overnight.
Dgenz Crypto Daily, fortunes you can see. Mining all those diamonds in digital harmony. Dgenz Crypto Daily, crypto, there's the key. Stay up on your game now. Charts got you wild and free.
I do. I have you wild and free. Episode 15. Let's play this out a little longer.
DeFi farms are lush, staking's all the buzz. NFTs are flipping, got those pixels flipping. Wallet stacking yield, hash rates on the rise. Dgenz Crypto Daily, vision in your eyes. Bulls are on the charge, bears are laying low. Crypto roller coaster, markets have been flown. Fellow to the left, Bitcoin on the right. Crypto's never sleeping, cause fortunes are overnight.
Dgenz Crypto Daily, fortunes you can see. Fortunes you can see. Mining all those diamonds, digital harmony. Dgenz Crypto Daily, crypto, there's the key. Stay up on your game now. Charts got you wild and free.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Dgenz Crypto Daily, episode 15. I'm your host, Chart. Every single day we do this because the markets ain't sleeping, and neither am I. So thank you again for joining. And if you had a chance to follow this account on X, please do so. It does help, promote this account and provide you the best possible content moving forward. And so if you got a chance to do that now as well. Give this broadcast a retweet. It helps me, get motivated every single time and to promote crypto in every best possible way. That includes, chart analysis, deep dives, news, breakdowns, and so on and so forth. So please do so if you haven't had a chance. All right, let's get into the news of the day. It seems like the U.S. has added 142,000 jobs in August, which, it looks okay on paper, but it's not really that much. We did expect the unemployment to actually rise every month up until I think they've cut at least 2-3 times just to spur more investments into businesses, right? Because having a high interest rate, it's more expensive for businesses to borrow to pay for their capital and pay for their employees and all the benefits and so on and so forth. So it is it's interesting to see that the unemployment numbers haven't gone down so quickly. They're still staying pretty high. I know in Canada we're almost facing 7% unemployment, so it's pretty high. because they announced this at 8:41. I think there was a pop in Bitcoin, so I'll show you what I mean. So if you can see right here, that announcement came. People thought it was a bullish move. I just didn't get it. I didn't get it at all. And so it looked like everything was bullish for the moment. And of course, it met this EMA on the 15-minute scale and completely dumped. So right now you can see it's pretty much negated the entire move. Like we talked about this yesterday, Bitcoin is regressing, right? We do expect downward momentum to happen towards that 48,000, right? So this the area right here, okay? And we have to be patient, right? Even looking at it right now, it's going down to probably 55, a matter of moments, and then there will be some buying at 48. I can guarantee you that. The other thing we always look at is the dominance, right? What is dominance doing? Well, right, like we talked about it yesterday, it's falling, which means altcoins are actually holding pretty well. I know they're going down as well, but not as much as Bitcoin. So whenever this chart is breaking down, that means the dominance of Bitcoin over the overall market cap is falling. Okay, so see how it's going down. So there's these supports at these levels, but they're really micro levels. So if we go back to like the daily scale and zoom out, there's lots of room on this chart to go, right? Like, we have these levels first, right? With the 200 and 365 EMAs. And then we have the 3-year EMA, which is right here, the white line. Okay. And then we go from there. We'll see what happens. What else is there? So there's an article that says the crypto market is going to stay correlated to stocks amid macro events and dwindling network activities. Of course, we kind of expect that. We expect everyone to be in sync, just because, I know we want it to be less correlated with the traditional markets, but I think we are always in tandem. We get the cues for the regular markets. Anything that happens macro levels, whether it's war, whether it's COVID, whether it's, interest rates going up so crazy, we are all affected by that. So yeah, crypto is always correlated to any macro event, even to this day. The other interesting article that I just saw was this right here. The Telegram revamps rules to allow moderation of private chats following CEO Pavel Durov's arrest. All right, so it looks like they're kind of bending the knee a bit, right? Because I don't think they have a choice at this point. It says here, Telegram is radically Telegram is radically altering its stance towards illegal use of messaging days after CEO Pavel Durov was arrested in France for allegedly failing to police law-breaking content. I think that's the difference between Telegram and X, or formerly Twitter. It's because I think Elon does do a good job of making sure that he doesn't break any law, right? Because I think he wants to have an upper hand over anybody who says he doesn't otherwise, especially in other countries where apparently I think Brazil banned Twitter recently because, I don't know, they say that he's spreading misinformation, so on and so forth. So the quiet policy shift could reshape Telegram's alleged stature as a facilitator for all forms of illegality that French authorities are alleging. Last month, France arrested Durov for allowing alleged criminal activity to fester on the app. Okay. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe that will kind of clean up a lot of that crap content that's on Telegram right now. There's a tweet by Pavel Durov a few days ago, actually yesterday, saying, I'm still trying to understand what happened in France, but we hear the concerns. I made a personal goal to prevent abusers of Telegram's platform from interfering with the future of our 950 million users. Well, that's good news. Okay. What else we have? Ripple's USD stablecoin could be issued in weeks, not months. So is there a chance Ripple actually gets some good price action? Could this be the onboarding effect that everybody was waiting for? Right? Because, everyone's waiting for Ripple to do something. So let's take a look at Ripple right now. All right, let's go to weekly scale. Actually, you know what? I don't like this chart. I'm going to look at Poloni. Okay, so check out this chart, right? I always laugh at this chart because, like, the fractal actually started in 2018, right? So we had this long fractal, right? And, you have your first resistance, first support, second resistance, second support, okay? Normally, we have a pump out of that wedge, right? Obviously, we're not going to go the other way, right? Because we're nearly at zero. Unless we go into, like, sub-penny range, that would be crazy. So, we're almost there. Like, you can tell by the volume too. Like, if you look at the volume compared to other years, like, we're there. So if you're a Ripple fan, like, don't lose hope, honestly. There is so much more to go. Your first resistance will be right here, okay? Right about there. So it's $1.40. So if you're playing on leverage, right, a pop to 140 should be your exit. It could get to this level, but what's the difference between 140 170? I would test that. Safe exit is right there, and then obviously we can test that spot, which is at 280. Listen, I've seen crazy things in crypto where we don't think something's going to happen and it happens. Could Ripple actually double its all-time high, which usually happens? We're trying to calculate the next level. So double of 285 is around 570. So about here. Okay. Is that possible? Absolutely, it's possible. But we have to wait for the entire crypto cap to go as well. So it can't be just like Ripple ripping through all the market cap dominance. It has to be with the entire market moving at the same time. For example, right? The other thing we can look at is the dominance of Ripple. Are we going to expect some move? Normally, when we have the bottoming of a dominance, there is some movement. So we see there's a spot there, and there, right? So 3 levels of support. I think we finally got some strength in Ripple, right? Now, whether we go to this line here and come back down, I don't know. If there's enough strength in the market, it can push it past this level and then come down. But the problem with dominance charts, most of them end up going down further because the more tokens come into play, the less liquidity there is around. And so the dominance of one token actually doesn't ever get to the all-time high levels. So, for example, if we look at Ripple, we will never say, okay, well, it will get to this level. It's impossible, right? There's too many tokens, too little liquidity, right? If we inject $10 trillion of liquidity, and there's a possibility of that happening, but it can't happen overnight, right? If we look at even the dominance of, let's see, ETH, right? Like ETH, we're talking the second best crypto. And look, see, it's struggling as well. So like the first bull run will be here for ETH, right? Bear market, and the next bull run was about here. And then, of course, the dominance drops again. So I think ETH dominance will get back to this level here, the bottom of this channel, right, at 7%. Maybe we get, some stoppage here at this level, like 11%. And then we tread sideways for a bit, or we were like doing this, and then maybe back up again, and then down. Because it's tough. It's tough to reclaim all of the liquidity, right? We might get like a certain pump from time to time. Like you'll see dominance jump, just like it happened here, or even here. But it's very quick, and it doesn't happen often, right? If you're sending me comments, I do check them. So if you're needing to ask questions about anything, send them in the comment section of the stream on Twitter or even on YouTube. I will read them. Okay. What I really wanted to do quickly today is actually do a small deep dive on real world assets by our market cap. It's funny, I noticed Art Trade as one of the large gainers on the right hand side. I actually own Art Trade as well. I've been talking about Art Trade in our Dgenz NFT Discord. So we're way ahead. We're, I think, up about 100%, a little bit more than that since we called it. But the market cap of RWA is about 6.2 billion. Okay, the trading volume is at 348 million. It's not great. I mean, it's pretty much top heavy, right? So most of the volume is coming in on the top assets. But, being in like this bearish market right now, it's really tough to get good trading volume. So most of this volume will be coming from perpetuals, from all the leveraged positions on exchanges. So the real volume is not really there. But, you can see which ones are dominating right now. In terms of volume alone, we have Ondo getting 69 million, Pendle's getting 67, Mantra 32, Pax Gold is 18, TrueFi is 18. I'm shocked by that, actually. I wonder if that's just a market maker. Reserve Rights RSR, I think I've heard of that one before. 50 million with a massive market cap. So I don't know. I don't like these ratios when the ratio is too big. Parcel, I think people that are in the Solana ecosystem know Parcel. So that's actually pretty good. If you look at the difference between the market cap and the volume is incredible, actually. Anything that looks like 1-to-1 ratio is amazing. So that's actually good. It's giving me an idea for maybe a deep dive later. Dusk, I know people know about Dusk. It's been around for a little bit longer. Polymesh, and so on and so forth. There's a lot of them up there. Okay. But you can see like it drops off significantly, right? When we're getting to much deeper section of RWA sector. And there's a lot of them now. Initially it was only a few. Now there's a lot of them because it's a hot thing to do, right? To go into RWA. Our favorite Opulus is getting, not even 1 million. I mean, it tells you exactly where the market is right now. So, it's difficult to find the good ones out of the bad ones, right? Because we talked about this before. The issue with everything right now is the lack of liquidity. And where is this liquidity going to come from? Is it going to come from a top-down effect where, most of the liquidity goes into the majors, right? Ethereum, Bitcoin. So the big holders of the previous cycle are going to maybe use that capital now because it's gone up so much to, you know, buy other assets, you know, like you know, the mid majors and the you know, between 1 billion and 2 billion market cap, and maybe they go into some higher risk assets, or they just go crazy and buy some of these RWAs, right? So that's where I'm curious where the money is going to go into. So it's really important to actually do a deep dive and see whether or not these are actually useful, right? Again, one of the first things I look for is the market cap to volume ratio. Okay, I know sometimes it could be just wash trading. I know that. But to me, it doesn't matter because all I want is eyes on the project. So the more eyes they have on the project, the more likely it's going to run. Okay, so, you know, for example, if we look at Parcel, we click on Parcel, you know, how many people have added Parcel to their portfolio? Only 9,000. So it's not great. Okay. Let's see. It's got, you know, 13% circulating. Okay. Again, not the greatest, but it all depends on the vesting schedule. How are their socials, right? How are they active on Twitter? You know, are they, for example, if I hit Twitter, are they, you know, engaging with their posts? Are they, you know, cultivating a culture and a community, right? What are they doing exactly? So it is important to, you know, identify these proper projects, because when liquidity does come back, this is where it's going to go to, right? It's important to, you know, identify those. And also, if you do find, for example, projects like Parcel are specific to real estate, right? What are the other real estate projects that are out there? How are they in comparison to them? So you want to look at their competitors, right? And whether or not they're getting all the volume or not, whether they're getting a lot of traction socially or not, and so on. So for me, when I'm looking for projects, that's what I'm looking for. Are they the sole contributor to that section of RWA? Like, for example, Opulus, right? They're very unique in that sense. Or are they like Parcel in a group of projects? Like there's Propi, there's I think it's Par something. Let me double check here. Just saw it the other second. Anyway, so you guys know what I mean. You got to make sure that you find the projects they don't have too much competition, right? They have to be standing out in a group of projects to be identified as something to be invested in. So there's Propi right there, and then there's another one. There it is, Prop Base. So another real estate one. Okay, and then you have Parcel. So how do you know which one to pick? Or do you pick them all, right? Which one's the best to take advantage of? So here's what I'm doing sometimes, okay? This is really important. I actually pit them against each other on a chart. So let's take two things. Let's take Parcel and Props, all right? So hopefully they get a lot of support through marketplaces. So we'll go share this tab, and then we'll do this. We'll do Parcel, right? So Parcel. Okay, there it is. PRCL USDT. Okay, and then we do just like that. Okay, and then we select which exchange we really want to use. So we're going to do that. Hit enter. Okay, and then what we're going to get is the relationship between the two assets. Okay, so and the daily, it doesn't look too bad. Okay, it does look like it did those three three momentum waves. So I would be careful entering parcel rather than props at this level, because there might be a breakdown again and we can go south one more time, because we have one level here, and there should be another level. Okay, so in other words, props is better to hold if you had to make a choice between the two. Okay, we can even turn it around and go the other way. For example, go here and then we flip it. Okay, so this will be essentially the props asset versus parcel. Okay, and so this will tell us whether or not we should be holding either or. And again, this confirms our theory that it's most likely going to do one more. Than the other. Okay, so we don't have to think about which one to choose if they're both strong fundamentally. We just go, all right, which one's better to hold in terms of strength? And I guess in this case will be props versus parcel. Okay, does that make any sense? Okay, good. There are lots of assets to choose from. I mean, look, I can keep going, right? Like there's so many, but sometimes it's good to go into like the deep bottom of the barrel, like go straight down and see what's there. Sometimes you can find a gem that's been uncovered, right? Because it's been listed or they've changed the contract and it hasn't been updated yet. You can get really deep into the weeds if you need to, but I mean, you can look, find something that has decent volume to market cap ratio, right? So, you can find this one right here. It says International Stable Currency, ISC, and then you can look into it and go, all right, what is this, right? Like you click on it and you go, okay, is this worth even looking into, right? Max supply is infinite. It's got 1 million whatever supply, and it's supported by just the Solana decentralized exchanges, right? So maybe it's not worth looking into. Well, maybe it is. You got to look into things like, all right, what does it do, right? What are the competitors? Click on Twitter to make sure you can see whether or not they're active enough, right? We need to know all of those things, right? You look at this one, region. What's a region, right? Market cap of 2 million, trading volume 4,000, right? You don't want to get into that, okay? Because we just don't know when things are going to ever turn around for projects like that. Okay. Land governance token. I mean, there's something you can look at there. The volume to market cap ratio is pretty good. 440,000 versus 2 million market cap. That's actually decent. It's better than most meme coins, really. Yeah, there's a lot of garbage when you look at it, right? The factor is actually not bad. Land share. So this one I actually looked into a few times. I wonder if it's worth getting to right now because it's finally bottomed out. It is on BNB. Like if you're a BNB lover, you know me very well that I really hate BNB. I really don't like the chain. Now, obviously, I could be very much wrong, and it's an amazing chain, and I'm just talking shit at this point. But I don't like it. And but at the end of the day, a trade is a trade. And so this actually works on BNB, and it gets a lot of traction. It could work. 32,000 people are looking at it, almost 33. Total supply is 3.8 million, which is about 38%. It's not bad at all, right? And I think he has a lot of support from exchanges. So Mexi's got it, Gate has got it, BingX, QuickSwap, PancakeSwap, of course. So there's another real estate one if you want to look into it. But if you have anything RWA related that you want me to look at, please send in the comments. I will definitely look at them and review them next time, as we're approaching the end of this stream. You know, I thank you again. I know it's rainy here. Hopefully it's really nice and sunny where you are. Happy Friday, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Riding on the blockchain, heavy with the load. Lambo dreams are dying, rugs are in the air. Chart gave us a meaning to the trading everywhere. Real Bitcoin's on the moon and Ether's on fire. Holders in the storm, lifted higher and higher. With Chart in the lead, watch the candles glow. Crypto's in the fast lane, never gonna hit them slow.
Dgenz crypto daily, fortunes you can see. Mining all those diamonds in digital harmony. Dgenz crypto daily, crypto, that's the key. Stay up on your game now. Trading is wild and free.
DeFi farms are lush, staking's all the buzz. NFTs are flipping, got those pixels flipping. Wallet stacking yield, hash rates on the rise. Dgenz crypto daily, vision in your eyes. Bulls are on the charge, bears are laying low. Crypto roller coaster, markets have been flown. Fellow to the left, Bitcoin on the right. Crypto's never sleeping cause fortunes are overnight.
Dgenz crypto daily, fortunes you can see. Mining all those diamonds in digital harmony. Dgenz crypto daily, crypto, there's the key. Stay up on your game now. Charts got you wild and free.
DeFi farms are lush, staking's all the buzz. NFTs are flipping, got those pixels flipping. Wallet stacking yield, hash rates on the rise. Dgenz crypto daily, vision in your eyes. Bulls are on the charge, bears are laying low. Crypto roller coaster, markets have been flown. Fellow to the left, Bitcoin on the right. Crypto's never sleeping cause fortunes are